Ladies and jalapenos. Yeah, I know, but it actually starts with a J, so... Anyway, yes, so, from the Fender Standard series made in Mexico, and I am going to go into this in a little more detail toward the end. So if you want to find out more about Corona, Mexico, American, USA and Mexican Ensanada stuff, listen up. So, well, you see, generally speaking, with a Stratocaster, I would normally play, obviously, some kind of, you know, Hank Marvin sort of thing, or something a bit more. But look at what they've done to it. Look at what they've done. They put a humbucker in the bridge, so it's a fat Strat. What's a chap supposed to do? Let's have a listen. So it's pickup time, and let's have you down here as per. So we will start off, of course, with the bridge. Now, I will talk about the pickups very shortly, and so we'll have a listen first. So here we are on the Seymour Duncan at the Seymour Duncan USA at the bridge here, and we've got into the position between the centre and the bridge. So more sweetness, less power. Okay, and into the centre. Into the position between the neck and the centre. And finally onto the neck position. Let's have a look. Let's have a chat. Here we go. So this fine, I mean really fine instrument was made in the Ensanada factory in Mexico in 2010. And it is part of the Fender Stratocaster Standard series, and obviously, as you can see, it is the HSS model, or in other words, humbucker single. Now, the original humbucker, who knows where that's gone, but what it has got, it's got a proper Seymour Duncan USA, and it's the Jazz, I think they're called the SH2, or is it S2H? But anyway, it's the Seymour Duncan Jazz, and it's popping out 8.5, which is a similar kind of output and winding to a Gibson 57 Classic, and it is a sweet humbucker. Of course, there's nothing you can do with the tone, as we know, because, of course, there is no tone control for the bridge pickup on a Fender Stratocaster. But very briefly, you see, about the Ensanada and the Corona plant, they are only 174 miles away from each other. So that's a, well, it says, according to Google Maps, 3 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. If I was driving, it'd be slightly less than 2 hours, I can tell you. But they are brilliant. And what I do want to tell you, and there is another Mexican Fender instrument coming up, I don't know, in a week or two, and they are, in fact, for my money, really as good as the Fender USAs. I know, I'm going to comment about this, but I don't care. What we do know for a fact is that a great deal of the bodies have been made in the Mexican Ensanada plant and shipped to Corona, because, as we know, it's really literally down the road, and also vice versa, and so they swap parts between each other. If one factory is missing something, then it'll get shipped to the other factory because it ain't far away, and vice versa. And so for my money, there is really very little difference between the two. It just depends how brand conscious you are. I mean, I know they both say Fender on the headstock, but some people, of course, really poo-poo the Mexican Fenders as being somehow second rate. Let me assure you, they are far from that. And I've had equally as much joy from Mexican Fender products as I have from the USA model. So let's have a look around it and see what we've got. So that little noodle that I just played there was in fact a noodle that you will have heard before, but on a Gibson guitar. And I was very keen to have a listen to the difference between the two. And well, actually, yes, there is quite a big difference. But it's all horses for courses, isn't it? You see, it's just because not everybody's ear is the same, and you may prefer one sound to the other. And this, although it's the exact same tune, it sounds just slightly different. Okay, so on this guitar, let's have a look from stem to stern. So, of course, we have... Is that a bit like the 70s headstock, that big headstock with the big old Fender logo on there? I rather think it is. And on the back of the headstock, oh, you can see that serial number, I assume, which will, if you can be bothered, then you'll pop it into the guitar data project and it will tell you 2010 to 2011, made in the Ensanada plant. On the... Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. No, the serial number's there, isn't it? There we go. And of course, as you can see, we have got sealed Fender branded tuning machines. I mean, who knows? They could have very, very easily come from the USA Corona plant. We don't know. As could the pickups, but I've had the scratch plate out and actually there's no information on the neck and centre pickup there. The Seymour Duncan, I can tell you, will not be the original item, but oh my word, what a lovely, lovely sound. That is a terrific pickup. Nice and hot, but not too hot, and I think that it complements the guitar perfectly. We have a rosewood fingerboard with acrylic dot inlays. You've got 21 frets. You have a maple neck. All right, lad, it won't be a minute. You have got a maple neck with a right. I'll be back in a second. Hang on. Yeah, sorry about that. So obviously, apart from I mean, this is my second job reviewing guitars. My first job is Cat Butler, and I've just given him his favourite snack, which is Tesco's finest prosciutto cotto, with herbs, obviously. Anyway, so yes, we have a maple neck, and as you can see, a skunk stripe, which of course, as you'll know from last week's video, or last Wednesday's video, that is because the neck has been routed out and the truss rod inserted thereafter, and these are usually filmed with oh my word, that is so smooth, you can't even tell it's there. Usually that'll be a rosewood insert. There's no, on these, there's no maker's stamp on the back plate, but I will tell you what's interesting, and this guitar has got quite an interesting backstory as it goes. This actually came from Canada, and what I find amazing for an 11-year-old guitar that has literally been around the world, there's not a mark in the neck pocket. I would have expected to have seen a couple of little nicks like you normally do, which, let me assure you, is not a problem at all. As we say before, it's gaping wounds or great big cracks that you do, but a little bit of lacquer defect, a little bit of paint defect is either in or there. But this one does not have any paint defect at all. So, what else do we have? We've got the 11-hole scratch plate. We've got a 6-point vibrato system. And this, it's been played, but there's no discernible fret there of any concern, and there are a couple of little nicks and dings here and there. There was a little chip there that's been sympathetically touched in, which you can see, and original contrast. And this is in midnight wine, which I'm all in favour of, except usually I'm tucked up for about 10:15. And it is a metallic, sparkly finish. If you if you can catch it in the right light, you'll be able to see that sparkle in there. Glorious, glorious, glorious instrument. The action at the 12th fret is 1.25 and it plays like butter. It's got new strings. The trem is absolutely perfectly set, and all in all, these are great guitars. Do not be don't be persuaded by the country of origin, because as I've said, when you're talking about a distance of 174 miles, it's, you know, it's neither in that's not even Blackpool to London. So there we go. Alright, so that's it from me and the Mexican Fender. I can't think of anything else, but the Mexican Corona Mexican Ensanada plant guitars are superb instruments, and the Corona bosses travel there at least on a weekly basis to ensure that the quality is absolutely exemplar. So, thank you all ever so much for tuning in. It's been a hoot as normal, and I shall see you on Wednesday for a cheeky midweeker. Hopefully it won't be anything, you know, tedious like last week's. I'm sorry about that, but, you know. So, it's adios amigos, very much so, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ra.